Big cars, little cars, great American cars, the ABCs of AER, all that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. In less than 2 months, the Great Race will be making a stop in Norwich for lunch. Mark Sunday, June 24th at noon on your calendar for a wonderful time at the Northeast Classic Car Museum, one of the most spectacular museums in the eastern United States.
First, I just want to welcome everyone to the Northeast Classic Car Museum's press conference announcing the 2018 Hemmings Motor News Great Race, presented by Hagerty. It's coming to Norwich and the Northeast Classic Car Museum on Sunday, June 24th, 2018. And I do want to recognize our local sponsors for the race, and it's NYCM Insurance, NBT Bank, Wells Fargo Advisors, Golden Artist Colors. Also, we've had generous support from the Greater Norwich Foundation, Roger Fowler Foundation, and the Robert C. Smith Foundation.
When we return, racing action from Skyline Raceway Park. But first, a look at this week's Car of the Week from Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor.
Welcome to the Northeast Classic Car Museum.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Enwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
98.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's #1 for new country. That means more Luke. I can't move when you move. More Carrie. Now I'll have to hang you out to try. More Jason. Come on, everybody scream. More Keith. Blue looks good on the sky. More Blake. Glenn and Tracy in the morning, Binghamton's #1 for new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Time now to get the green flag flying. So let's head to Cortland and Skyline Raceway Park. First to street stock action. Here's Jim Chase for the call.
As we get ready to go, Bob Mills, Tommy Savercool up on the high side by side, ready to go racing. Green flag is out. They charge down into turn 1 and 2, side by side. Mills with the slight advantage. A little bit of contact with Mills Sr. and Savercool, but everybody hangs on as they slide them down into turns 3 and 4. Off to the point, it's Bob Mills leading lap number 1. Savercool, Mills Sr. Then it'll be the 2L of Lobdell working the high side off of turn number 2 for that number 3 spot, and he'll take it away from Mills down the back straightaway. Wagner and Zach Mills round out the field here in the early going of our street stock 20-lap feature. Down the back straightaway, Lobdell right on the back bumper of Savricool as Bob Mills gets high, wide, and handsome off turn number 4 in the 24. Mills still hanging out in the number 4 spot. Side-by-side action off turn 2 and down the back straightaway they will go, Lobdell and Savricool. Lobdell working the low side of the Speedway. And dead heat at the stripe. And Lobdell now taking over off turn number 2 into the number 2 spot, held by Buck Mills Sr. Challenging Savricool, and he'll slide in front of Savricool out of turn 4. Quarter of a car separate the two. They're going to go side by side. Lobdell still trying to make that low side work. Can't quite make the pass as Mills going to slide up, and Lobdell will take the spot. Little love tap down the back straightaway from Mills. We'll see what happens. Wagner, the lap car in the way here. He'll get down to the low side of the Speedway. Let our leaders go by. Up into one, they'll take the high side around Wagner. Bob Mills pinches the car just a tad bit, and that'll open up a 2-car advantage for Jerry Lobdell Jr. in the 2L machine. Setting his sights on that checkered flag off turn number 4. Checkered flag comes up into the air, and Jerry Lobdell Jr. going to pick up the street stock feature win. Bob Mills second, Buck Mills Sr. third.
The Slingshots made a stop at Skyline Raceway Park, with Bob Boughton grabbing the win on the last lap.
Closing laps, Boughton once again will try to challenge off turn 2 as they go down the back straightaway, but Pollard with a little bit more top end down the back straightaway with about a 1-car advantage. White flag going to fly this time around. Off turn number 2, final lap for our Slingshots. Is Pollard going to be able to hang on the challenge from Bob Boughton? Down into turn 4. Oh, and Pollard will go around, and Boughton going to get the win. So Bob Boughton going to pick up the win. So we'll go trackside victory lane for our street stocks, Jerry Lobdell Jr., and our Slingshot feature winners right down in victory lane.
The rookie sportsman winner was Mike Dawson. Nick Stark motored to the 4-cylinder win. More Skyline Racing action ahead, but when we return, we'll teach you the ABCs of AER.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Endwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. The American Endurance Racing Series is the newest road racing series offering fun and affordable racing with emphasis on safety and parity. So far this year, the AER has raced at Road Atlanta and Watkins Glen International, with their next stop at New Jersey Motorsports Park. Gordy Rustin starts our look at this series with a team from Endicott, New York.
Well, first of all, we're here today with the Team 509 guys who had a very successful weekend last week at Watkins Glen in an AER enduro, an 18-hour enduro. It was a 2-day race with 9 hours each day. They finished 5th on the Saturday and 1st on the Sunday. Combined, they won their class 1st overall. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's very interesting, a very successful weekend. But I would like to get just a quick overview of what AER and the enduro is about.
AER is American Endurance Racing. It started, I believe, 4 years ago, and what it consists of is street cars that have a VIN number associated with them, so they have to be a street car that was converted into a race car. You can have a number of different drivers, and the typical races are 9 hours on a Saturday and then 9 hours on a Sunday. Their rules are a little more lax than SCCA, PCA, and other racing sanctioned bodies, but they still are pretty strict on a lot of different things, especially fueling and that kind of thing. Definitely safety. They're really good with the safety. The Hans devices have to be updated all the time, and it's just a good general fun race for the drivers that can get a lot of seat time. And they race all up and down the East Coast, Lime Rock Park, Mid-Ohio. They go to, I believe, Atlanta, New Jersey Motorsports Park, Watkins Glen, Kentucky, and I can't remember, in Calabogie up in Canada.
And our look at the American Endurance Racing Series will continue over the next several weeks. Tim Parker is Skyline Raceway Park's 2017 Pure Stock champion, and last Saturday, Parker made his first trip of the season to Skyline Raceway Park's Victory Lane.
Joining me today is our 2017 defending Pure Stock champion here from Skyline, Mr. Tim Parker. Tim, good to have you with us here today, and congratulations on your accomplishment on last season.
Thank you.
So, tell me, a lot of things been going on over the off season, and car looking pretty good here, and got some new paint job and sheet metal job there. So it looks like a lot of work's gone into the 21J.
Yeah, we started about January, started getting stuff around, had Striker Fabrication put on a nice new body. We went with a different paint scheme this year. A lot of work on some of the suspension stuff to free us up, because last year we had a push probably most of the time last year. Went out today, and it doesn't seem to have that handling really good tonight.
Well, you guys got out there and you got your qualifying heats in today, and a lot of improvements here at the Skyline Raceway. What's the track feel like now that the backstretch has been extended out that extra 15 feet? Give us a little insight from the driver's point of view.
We definitely have a lot more working room. Somebody gets a little out of shape, we have more room. I like it. We can get a little, we can go 3 wide if we have to, which in some case we did that today. I think it's a great improvement. Track seems pretty good shape for early in the year. I think Dean's doing a great job, and I think overall, I think we're going to have better track this year.
Well, over the last couple of years, I've kind of watched you go from the guy that had the most hard luck into winning some races and capturing the track championship. What lies in the future for the Parker Racing team?
Well, probably I'm getting to the point where I don't necessarily need to go out there. You'll probably see my son come out. He's 14, probably get him in it a couple times this year, and he'll probably start driving the car.
Any thoughts or plans maybe to move up into street stocks, or maybe a 602 crate or rookie sportsman class or anything like that? Or you just kind of like what you're doing and do with the father-son thing, down the road?
I'm not real sure yet. Father-son thing I think is definitely something we're going to be doing. If it presents itself, maybe I'll step up. But right now, we're just concentrating on this year and making the car better.
Well, there's nothing better than a second-generation, third-generation drivers. We see it all the time. Racing is definitely the family thing. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. When you can spend time with family and have a good time like we do here, that's all you want.
All right, well, very good. So as long as we got you here, let's talk about some of the folks that help make this street stock make it around the 3/8 mile here at the Skyline. Let's talk about some of your sponsors and some of the folks that help you out in and out every week.
I don't have a lot of sponsors. The people that are on the car are people that help our community down in Moravia, New York. It's a pretty much self-sponsored car, but the people that are on it, they do the community well. Stryker Fabrication's on there because he does the body every year. Pretty much ins and outs. My dad still comes down, helps out. My son and my wife are there every week. Sometimes the Frank clan comes down, gives me a hand. It's a good racing community here. So, if you need a hand or if you need a part, all you got to do is go out and say, hey, you got one of those. And 9 times out of 10, somebody's got something you can use. And, it's really nice here because everybody does help everybody out.
Well, it definitely is a nice atmosphere, and the racing fraternity has a tendency to take care of people when they need to be taken care of, and definitely have seen that, with the Parker race team for sure.
We try to help everybody we can, and I think everybody does that. So, if somebody's down on their luck and they need something, somebody picks up and brings something to them or gives them a hand, and we try to do that. I mean, that's the only way this business, I think, will probably survive. So everybody's helping everybody out. We go out, have a good time every weekend, and hopefully the cars come back in one piece.
Well, there you go. So, final question before we go. What decided the number that goes on the car? Is there a special attachment to a number or a driver, or how did that come about for Tim Parker?
Well, that's my son's birthday, and the J is his first name, James. And I took 10 years off from racing, and the wife and I decided we could do it, and that was going to be the number.
Well, it definitely sounds like there's a second-generation driver sliding right into that seat.
I'm pretty sure probably by the end of the year, yes, there will be.
All right, well, congratulations. Best of luck to you here in the 2018 season. So with that will wrap it up for Tim Parker here at the Skyline Raceway. Back to you in the studio, Ron.
Thanks, Jim. And now a look at Parker's first win of the season.
All right, Justin DeMoya throws that green flag up into the air. We're 3 wide already at the beginning of the race. Parker will slide it up on a high side. DJ Millard jumped right out of line from his second starting row to try to take that number 1 spot. Here comes the 18 of Dan Searles. Searles making his way around the 27J of Millard. Tim Parker pulling out a 4-car advantage off turn number 2 as they will go down the back straightaway single file. They'll charge all off turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Parker now off turn number 4, right in front of them, lap cars. 5, make that 4 laps to go. Just 4 laps to go. Your race leader and lap cars both making contact. Millard now right on the rear deck lid. Parker trying to hang on to that number 1 spot. Your defending street stock champion. Now Millard up on a high side by side. 3 laps to go. Parallel sticks will be shown this time around as Millard throws it in hard and heavy down on the low side of turns 3 and 4, side by side racing, and Parker hanging on for dear life here. Down the back straightaway they will go. White flag going to be shown this time around for Tim Parker. And there it is, one more time around for Parker. Can he hang on? Pretty intense battle for the pure stocks here. Just a half a lap to go for Lock New York driver Tim Parker. He is your defending pure stock champion, and off turn 4, Tim Parker going to put it in his pocket, and he's going to pick up the win. DJ Millard finishes second.
.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's #1 for new country. That means more Luke. I can't move when you move. More Carrie. More Jason. Come on, everybody scream. More Keith.
Blue looks good on the sky.
more Blake. Glenn and Tracy in the morning. Binghamton's #1 for new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Endwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
Welcome back to the Race Report. The best battle of the night was between sportsman veterans Jim Rothwell and Dale Welty. Back to Jim Chase.
Class feature event. Here we go. 25 laps. Green is in the air, and we are back to racing here at the Skyline Raceway Park. Rothwell challenging down on the low side, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ellis in the number 3 spot. Reynolds fourth, and rounding out the top 5. Welty looking to hang on. Here comes Rothwell with a good head of steam, and he'll pilot the 4 machine down to the low side of Welty. Down into turns 3 and 4 they will go. Put the hammer down, and Rothwell going to take away the number 1 spot as they charge down into turns 1 and 2 side by side. Good drag race action as Welty coming right back up on a high side in the crate car. Ellis continues to hold the number 3 spot. DeGraw, Bouchard, now Lisa Williams in the 10 machine, mounting a challenge off turn 2 on Bouchard for that number 5 spot. Side by side, Williams and Bouchard as they go down into turn 1. Williams on the low side, Bouchard up on top. As our leaders now into turn 1 and into lap traffic. Rothwell will power the number 4 Troyer down the back straightaway around John Traphagen as Welty will make his way around Traphagen off turn number 4. Welty challenging Rothwell. Rothwell steps on the pedal and puts 2.5 car lengths on the back straightaway as they clear turn number 4. DeGraw now up into the number 3 spot as he makes his way around the 74K of Adam Ellis. Williams bobbles. She'll give up 2 or 3 spots. Benny Bouchard now sitting in the number 5 spot. Off the back straightaway they will go. Rothwell now launches off turn number 4. Welty just 4 car lengths beyond. DeGraw is the one on a move. We'll keep our eye on DeGraw as we have just 6 laps to go in this 25 lap shootout. Single file, they will charge down the back straightaway. Side by side action, Mike Wilmot and the 72 of Mike Prentice side by side. A little bit of contact at the flagger stand. Everybody hanging on so far. 5 laps to go now. Jim Rocky Rothwell, your race leader. And looks like the 16M off. Wilmot off at lap number 21. As we stay green, Rothwell, Welty, DeGraw, Ellis, and Bouchard, your top 5. Parallel sticks now being showed to the South Plymouth, New York driver of Rocky Rothwell. Single file, they are clean and green all the way around the fast 3/8 clay here at the Skyline Raceway. Race leader takes the white flag, just 3/8 of a mile to put a feature win into the books for Rothwell. Down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Put your hands together for Rocky Rothwell. He's going to pick up the feature win. Welty. Nate DeGraw finishes in the number 3 spot. Adam Ellis and Benny Bouchaw.
Penn Speedway in Susquehanna is scheduled to open Friday, with Chad Towner and his team taking over the management duties for this season. The Race Report is looking for people to shoot video at Chemung Speedrome and Champion Speedway this season. If you would like to be a part of the action, please contact us at ronhills@theracereport.tv or 607-727-9399, voice or text. Please join us for racing trivia every Monday night at the California Grill, 912 Vestal Parkway East in Vestal. Come early and enjoy their delicious menu. Then at 7:30, challenge your friends to a round of racing trivia. This week's bonus answer is Penn Speedway. Skyline Raceway Park will be hosting lawnmower, kart, microd, and other small car racing on Sundays throughout the season. For more information, go to skylineracewaypark.com. We leave you with highlights of last Sunday's small car racing action at Skyline Raceway Park. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills saying I'll see you at the races.